All right, this free game is on the personal line of credit that Navy Federal has. Unlike a loan where you start paying interest on the entire amount of the loan, whether it's $2,000, $200,000, you're paying interest on the whole $200,000. You can get a personal line of credit, which I believe goes up to about $25,000, and you're only going to be paying interest on the amount that you're using at the time. So if you're only using $200, your interest is calculated on that $200 and not the $25,000. That is the advantage of getting a personal line of credit, is because it helps you fight the interest, because interest is a lot of the payments that you pay in regards to credit, especially loans. When it comes to loans, most of the times you're paying an exorbitant amount of interest when it comes to the loan. That's why people end up taking out student loans that was only $7,000, $10,000, $25,000, but it goes up to $50,000 because that interest is adding up over the whole value. But when you get you a personal line of credit, what ends up happening is you're only using the amount that you need. So especially for me, I do my Amazon drop shipping, so I might only need $800. I go ahead and grab the 800. I flip that real quick. I come back with the 16. I pay the 8 back. Now with my personal line of credit is still in full, and I'm not using any of the funds or using any of the money to calculate interest or whatever in regards to payments. What you want to always do is try to keep the interest payments low. You want to keep the amount of money that's being used low, because what ends up happening is when it comes to the bank, only makes money on interest, bro. They're borrowing money from the Federal Reserve, and then they're loaning it to you for higher than what they've basically borrowed the money from. So they need that interest to build so that they can actually have what you call profit. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, if they borrow at 1 or 2%, and then the interest rate for you is 11, they need to make that 9% cushion so they can stay open. Because if everybody was just paying their stuff off and they were not collecting any interest, they wouldn't make any money. So with that being said, make sure that you're going to get your personal line of credit. You're going to need a credit score, I believe, about 650. Make sure you don't have anything derogatory on your credit profile, because if you have anything derogatory on your credit profile, they're not going to approve you. And plus, with the whole pandemic and everything like that, a lot of banks and creditors, they're not really trying to give out that much credit, because a lot of people are just crashing their credit because they couldn't afford a lot of things. Their home was going into foreclosure. They had a lot of bad things going on during the pandemic, so they recalculated the way they started doing things. So just make sure, like I said, you have at least a 620 to 650 credit score. Make sure you don't have anything derogatory in regards to collections, child support, or any student loans that are in default, things like that. But also don't have too many inquiries as well, because Navy Federal doesn't like a whole lot of inquiries. Try to keep your inquiries under 4 or 5, you feel me? Because if you have 2 or 3 inquiries, it's not that bad. It's like, well, I see you looking for credit, but it's not that bad. But if you got 9, 10, 12 inquiries, man, a lot of the times they're going to end up denying you, because it's looking like you're trying to cash out on your credit score. So make sure that, like I say, 650 credit score at least. You're going to want to have no derogatory remarks on your credit, and you're going to want to have no very, very low inquiries or whatever. And try to keep your credit utilization low as well, because a lot of the times they calculate that, because if you're using the max amount of your credit, that means that a lot of the times that's like a red flag to a lender, because it's like, if I'm giving you 100,000 and you're using all of the 100,000, that means that you don't have any reserves, you don't have anything to back up, and then you're surviving off of the credit that I'm giving you and not your own funds. So that's all that I have to say about the personal line of credit. Please like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything that you have a question about. We can talk. If you'd like for me to create a Twitch or a Discord or something like that, we can do that as well. Hit me up.